Fairbanks Morris built these apartment buildings outside the city limits because the city council didn't want them inside the city limits for the black workers to work at.
Up in Beloit, Wisconsin, Fairbanks Morris Factory was looking for workers to fill the positions left by those who had gone to fight in World War I. They recruited black workers from Pontotoc, Mississippi to move up north for a better life. The area they resided in was Fairbanks Flats.
They built a whole bunch of nice houses on about 4 streets worth, just right next to the factory so people could walk across to it, that they rented out to and then sold to the white workers at the Fairbanks Morris. The black workers had to go across the river. There was no bridge there. You had to go down a mile. Sometimes they walked across the river.
But there was a black family that came to Beloit before that, the Ouslays. Because the mother and father were slaves, there aren't many records or documentation about who they were. Genealogist Vicki Ruth Hahn has been researching their ancestry.
I was able to trace the family. They'd come from Tennessee and Kentucky. They'd gotten married. The mother and father came to Beloit, some of the earliest black families there, helped co-found one of the churches.
Their daughter, Grace Ousley, was the first African-American student to graduate from Beloit High School. In 1904, she became the first African-American woman student to graduate from Beloit College. She was a teacher until she died in 1908. Their son, Lawrence Ousley, had attended Beloit College Academy, but stopped to work so his siblings could get an education. He was the janitor at the Beloit Public Library for 38 years, working there from 1905 up until a few weeks before he passed away in 1943.
We had a scrapbook for the Beloit Public Library kept for decades, and I was able to find newspaper articles about Lawrence working there and about his family. The great thing about Lawrence, he was not only very giving to his family, but when he died, he left his mother's house that he had inherited to the Beloit College, and he left in 1943 $10,000 to Beloit College for African American students.
That amount is worth nearly $180,000 today. Hahn shares the story of Lawrence and the Ousleys to keep their memory alive and to remember the impact they have had on Beloit.
They didn't have any more family, and I wanted to honor their family and his work at the library and in the community by researching them, and I still have more to do.